When I think of Prince Kaybee, I think of better days.
Controller, yeah. When I think of Prince KB, all I think about is his handsomeness. Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm so excited to welcome you to another episode of Behind the Story. And today, I have a gentleman who is coming through with the hits, is coming through with the style, is coming through with the swag. And his name is Kaybee Motsamai. He's a very young man, and you know him as Prince Kaybee. How are you feeling?
Fine, thanks to you.
I'm very, very good. We're so excited. We almost flew to Bloemfontein for you. Do you know that?
Actually, I moved out of Bloem.
You moved out of Bloem?
Should have flown to Durban.
You should have flown to Durban. Why did you leave Bloem?
Different scenario, you know, I was tired of the norm.
What is the norm?
Getting up, going to the shop, coming back, same place, same people, you know. So, but for my music as well, it was a great move.
But most people would come to Joburg, and when I decided to go to Ethekwini.
I love my space. There's no space in Joburg.
That's not true.
And trust me.
It's just the chankura for the space in Joburg. Where's the chankura?
But I believe you can be creative anyway, you know, as a musician. You don't really need Joburg.
Isn't it a lot of trouble when you have to do things like this and then fly for gigs?
There isn't.
Really?
It isn't, yeah.
Just a quick hour for you.
Just an hour.
No, but then it's the hour packing, and then the hour driving
Men
there,
don't pack.
the hour waiting at the airport, then the hour when you're
I'm a man,
flying.
so men don't pack.
Oh, you don't pack?
Yeah, no.
Oh, you woke up like this?
Yeah.
Oh, please
Then I
tell
came
me.
here.
I always get so upset when people cut off their dreadlocks. Why did you cut off your dreadlocks? Didn't you have dreads at some point? You really did. I know that you did.
Yeah, I did. I feel like I've been lying to myself for the past 8 years.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of a box I was in. I realized that after I cut the dreads off, I was like, oh, okay, this is better.
I've heard that sometimes guys get more chicks, though, when they cut off the dreads or something.
It's not about chicks. It was me changing, you know, reinventing myself and stuff like that.
I don't know, there was a big thing for guys, like the hair thing. I thought it was just women, you know.
But I hear guys with dreads get all the chicks. That's what I hear.
I love guys with hair. That's why I'm like low-key like,
As geese.
you just ruined it now.
Your loss.
Okay, cool. So congratulations on Club Controller. It's a killer track. Everybody's loving it right now. Did you expect that it would have this much traction?
Not really. In fact, with all of my songs, I don't expect any big reception. I just expect people to listen to the music and comment on it. Yeah.
Is that all you expect?
That's it, yeah.
When you started, what were you hoping for? Because, I mean, you never know if people are going to really get into your sound or get into what you're putting out there. So if you're not expecting a lot from people, but you're doing it anyway, then why are you doing it?
To me, music is a plan B. So with that being said, I didn't know what to expect. I did something that came very late in my life that I felt very strong about. And it's not a talent, it's a skill that I managed to perfect. Yeah, that's why I cannot really expect much, because it's a skill. It's not a talent. To some people it is a talent, but to me it's just a skill. Like you can teach someone to sing, you know, and then they sell records, and it's not a talent, so yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So I thought my dad was hectic, man. I thought my dad has been married 3 times. I'm the 5th of 7 children. And I thought, my dad is hectic. Then I found out you are the youngest of 36 children.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you know every sibling order and the names and everything?
Not every. I only met them at my dad's funeral. Yeah, all of them, all of us. Because the pastor said, can everyone from my family stand up? All the kids. And then we went in the front. It was like a soccer team and stuff.
No, there's a soccer team even at 36 people.
Yeah, actually, those are subs and people playing, all 36.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And which ones are you actually close to? How many? Like 12, 25?
I'm close with one. The others got into my life when all the fame started, and it was a bit of a transition for me and very hectic emotionally because they were never there, you understand? So all of a sudden when you're on TV, yeah, man, we see you, what, can you come? You know, so it's either you reject that or take it in, you know, and try and make them see that you are not there. They shouldn't be in your life for the fame, you know.
But I mean, did they even know you existed before that? You know what I mean? It's like...
Some of them didn't. Some of them didn't. I don't blame them. Maybe I could blame my dad. I don't know. I grew up with my grandparents. I never knew these people. I was only told about them like very late. Like I think a year before my dad passed away.
So how did your father, if you don't mind me asking, because I'm trying to now understand. I was actually having this conversation with friends yesterday about polygamy in general. So for you, would you ever consider being a polygamist?
No.
Why?
First of all, let me say my dad was married once.
Oh, so he didn't have multiple wives.
Yes.
You were just riling out. Oh, because I was going to try and understand, how did he run that?
So this defeats the purpose of the question, but with my dad, what is that thing when you guys like stay together for a long time? What do you call it? Fat and sit, or what?
Basically.
With the first wife, girlfriend, they stayed for a long time and had loads of kids. He was married to officially my mother. Yeah, so that's the only wife he had. Wife, you know.
Being the youngest of 36 kids, is it any different to being the youngest of 10 or 3?
I feel like I was the last sperm to make it, if you want to call it that. Like, I finally made it, and wow, man, what an experience, because my dad was old at the time when I was born. We never really had a connection, you know. He was always sick, in and out of hospital. And yeah, and I feel like I turned out to be who I am because of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to talk about later on about you being a father as well. And I want to see if there's any kind of relation to how your father raised you. But before we get there, I don't know if I can say he's one of the role models in your life or one of the fathers in your life. Ukeni Bunene was your English teacher growing up.
Yeah,
You've spoken about this.
Yeah.
Wow. Was he anything like the Kenny Bunene we know today?
No, guys, I wish you could have been there. Like, Kenny was something different, very strict, knew his work, always on time in class. Kenny was... I only saw that side of Kenny that we're seeing now when we had, like, outings. He would DJ at soccer, you know, matches and stuff like that. That's where I fell in love with music. So it was through Kenny, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That Kenny's a big part of that part of your life and your career today.
Yeah, he actually elevated everything from scratch. Like, the first songs, how I knew, like, house music, its origin, where it comes from, you know, and all that, it was because of Kenny.
That's very interesting for me to hear. Did he mess around with the teachers at school? I'm not going to ask about the students because then you can't even tell me that, even if it happened.
Kenny was Kenny outside of school. He was a teacher in school. Outside, he was Kenny.
And the teachers, the lady teachers weren't stressed about him fighting over him?
We didn't have much. It was old white women, you know, Mrs. Van der Merwe.
What is the name of the school?
It was calculus.
Calculus?
It is calculus.
Even to this day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Still there.
Okay. And, like, what's your relationship with Kenny like now versus then? Like, do you call him Kenny or do you still call him Mr. Kunene or...?
We don't speak as of late. I don't know. He was too busy with politics and stuff. So we drifted apart a bit, and we were best friends. And he used to take me home after school, and we used to do a lot of things, activities. Even on weekends, we'd go out on lunch, whatever.
So did he play like a father figure for you to a certain extent?
Yeah. Kenny was always there, you know. Even though I wouldn't call it a father figure, I would say a friend.
A role model.
We never really discussed deep stuff. Did you eat? What's going on? You understand? No, it was just, hey, man, what's up? Are you doing well in school? Yeah, I'm doing well. Obviously, you know. So yeah, he was that guy. Was
it the expression of his creativity when he was DJing while you were at school? How did you fall in love, as you say, when you watched him play with music?
He was a cool guy. I feel like if you're a young kid growing up, if you meet someone cool that is, you know, older than you and says all these things that builds, and you see them as a role model, you understand? So Kenny for me is not what you see today. Like, even when I see him, I'm shocked with his baggy
But
pants.
didn't he have like 16 girlfriends at some point? Weren't you like, what's going on?
No ways. Kenny was not that. He was a guy in a suit with an old Golf
So what
3.
do you think made him suddenly, was it like a midlife crisis? Have you ever talked to him about it?
No, I haven't. All I knew is that Kenny met up with Mackenzie, the other
Gator,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they were rich all of a
Then
sudden.
then he was wilding out. When you
know,
first
yeah.
saw him on TV and with the reality show and the club, what was your initial reaction?
Kenny actually left school without saying anything. The teachers just told us Kenny resigned. And all of a sudden he's on TV, that club, what's the name of the club that was all over the country?
ZA.
And then we saw ZA came up and everyone was shocked.
Yeah.
I was still in grade 8 at the time.
Did that inspire you in any way to say, maybe if he can get out of here as a teacher, I can get out of here? Or were you just shocked by his behavior?
I was just shocked by his behavior, like all the classes at night. Oh, Kenny, what happened? You know, so I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. Like, I honestly, the cigars, the women, you know, from a teacher to that, it's quite a big, change.